the Astor Theatre in St Kilda, where history and cinema come together, I was very eager to experience a classic film reimagined, Nosferatu by Robert Eggers. And at the base of the grand staircase was a slightly tacky but hilarious coffin complete with a vampire. The first thing that captures your attention is the stunning Art Deco designs and the old world vibe of the 30s, transporting you back to a different era where the golden age of cinema thrived. There is only a handful of these theatres left in Melbourne, so taking my 18-year-old son here was a far cry of the sterile shopping complex cinemas and the dreaded mobile screen. The two rooms that flank the staircase remind me of David Lynch's Surreal Worlds. May he rest in peace. It's a slightly unsettling charm. Each corner seems to whisper the past. Then my friends arrive. One is a particularly dramatic theatrical type. That's their famous chalk tops. You've definitely got to have one of those.
Yeah, we'll be having it. Yeah, definitely.
Can we go get one now? Probably get one now. What do you
And so we prepare to dive into a world of vampires and shadows. The next day, over a cup of tea, I reflected on the film. It was beautifully executed and a stunning, almost painterly quality to the astonishing cinematography, but there was just something missing. My taking of Robert Eggers' version was of historical authenticity, overtaking a deeper story. I would have liked Eggers to have explored deeper the character of Ellen Hutter by delving into her past, of whys and hows, of when she was possessed by the spirit of Count Orlok from an early age, and why she was susceptible to dark forces due to not belonging to this world. Then there is Werner Herzog's 1970s romanticised version. The portrait is of a vampire who is an isolated, lonely and nihilistic monster. The original expressionist masterpiece had a lot going for it. To begin with, there was the stark black and white of light and shadow, and the distorted imagery forced an emotional response. Plus, being silent forced the audience to be more engaged with the characters. For me, this is the one version that really stands out and has an impact one just cannot ignore. So this got me thinking about a story of my own. In late July 1885, the Dimitri ran aground on Tate Hill Sands near Whitby, a coastal town in North Yorkshire in England. The schooner is believed to have inspired the ship the Demeter in Bram Stoker's novel Dracula. The real-life ship was a Russian vessel that sailed into the harbour of Whitby, England in the late 19th century. But instead of the Demeter travelling from Varna to Whitby, how long would it take for it to get to Melbourne, Australia? So first, the Demeter would sail from the port of Varna in Bulgaria, navigate through the Black Sea, passing through the Bosporus Strait and into the Sea of Marmara, then through the Dardanelles into the Aegean Sea and eventually into the Mediterranean Sea. As the Demeter sails at night, strange happenings and a missing crewman. The first stopover is Gibraltar. The captain needs supplies for the long journey ahead and takes on a Spanish seaman. The large schooner exits the Mediterranean Sea at this strategic location after resupply, navigation checks, before entering the Atlantic Ocean. A stop at Tenerife, Canary Islands, provides once again an opportunity for restocking supplies before the transatlantic crossing. The captain takes on two dubious Spanish-speaking sailors, rumoured to be pirates. They agree to come aboard only after very forceful negotiations. Rounding the Cape of Good Hope, the Demeter battles a storm. The captain and dwindling crew need to arrive safely in Cape Town, South Africa, which offers essential resupply and preparation for the Indian Ocean and the voyage ahead. The fourth stop over is Port Louis, Mauritius. This stop in the Indian Ocean allows for further resupply, but most importantly, rest. By waiting for favourable ocean currents, 3 crewmen abandoned ship. The port authorities have already heard rumours of a cursed northern ship, and after 3 days with the discovery of ghastly deaths on the island, the Demeter is sent packing. With only now a skeleton crew aboard, another critical stop. Colombo, Sri Lanka. Then onwards across the Indian Ocean. The wretched ship and crew with its unholy cargo reach a major maritime hub, Singapore, which offers facilities for repairs and resupply and crew rest. But the maritime police forbid the ragged ship to dock. The 2 pirate sailors, under the cover of darkness, decide to raid a nearby vessel. As they swim, one notices a dark figure aboard the Demeter, which raises its hands to the sky. The sails fill with a sudden explosive wind that comes out of nowhere, and the Demeter lurches away into the darkness. The schooner drifts silently into Fremantle Harbour, Western Australia. Only the captain and first mate have survived this nightmarish and terrifying voyage. The harbour is eerily quiet as they steal essentials before sailing south towards the Southern Ocean and the winds of the Roaring Forties. As if on autopilot, the captain alone navigates the derelict ghost ship. Only the main mast survives. He feels a demonic claw on his shoulder, guiding him onwards and onwards. After 17,000 nautical miles and 3 torturous months, the schooner runs aground on St Kilda Beach, Melbourne, Australia, totally destroyed. No one is aboard except rats that have run screeching down towards the Elwood Canal. So, where is the Count going to live if you could call it living, would it be in any of these stately Victorian mansions? No, I think not. The Count requires a more decayed dwelling, so not to draw too much attention. It's a more foreboding look he's after. Now, this is the sort of place I think Count Orlok would like. What do you think? Ah, now this is more like it. Weedy, untethered garden, cracked walls, ominous windows with strange Eastern European Art Deco touches. I think it's perfect. The sun is now setting. I think I better make myself scarce, don't you?